But yeah, to talk about today's meeting, I wanted to do it on generating your own business. Now, I'm revamping our onboarding process so that it does include some, constructive what to do videos. And we're or not kind of, I'm totally revamping our hiring process. Obviously, if there's someone who is experienced, that's totally fine. You're experienced, you'll join, we'll have that conversation. But for everyone else who signs on who doesn't have their license, what I was doing before was telling you, here's the process to get your license, and then waiting to see how quickly or whatever, just waiting for you to get it. So there were a lot of people I talked to who still have not gotten their license, but will eventually reach out and say something about, oh yeah, I'm still working on it, which is great. But I'm then realizing that when we hire some people, and this is common for the sales industry, is, this is an opportunity. Like, talking to me and scheduling an interview is your lead, right? When I would post the job posting on Indeed, people would submit their application. I would submit a message saying, hey, I'd love to schedule a time to talk with you. And it didn't matter how long it was taking for them to get back to me. And now I'm realizing I need to not do that, because if it takes you more than a couple days to get back to me, this is a sales industry, in the sense that you have to follow up with people and you have to be on top of your own schedule. And if you can't even get back to me, if it takes a week or 2 weeks, just move on. Let's just all move on. Okay, back. Someone dropped off a commission check, which is nice. But yeah, so our new process for hiring is basically going to be that. I mean, I'm very particular from start to finish. So anyone watching this who's looking into us, how quickly do you get back? Because I'm a lead, right? You're looking for a job or you're looking for some opportunity. Here's an opportunity. How quickly are you going to go seize it? It's going to be the same for anyone who reaches out wanting to work with you, or leads wanting to get a loan. And so that's how we're going to start it. Now, when people have gone through the interview process and they're ready to work, we're going to be putting them as an independent contractor initially, and giving them still paying for resources, but giving them opportunities to work business loans, where really you're going to either cold call, network, put promotional content out there, but you're going to do business loans. Now, if you close 3 business loans, we will then pay for you to go through a program called Broker X through UWM, where you get to take a free trip to UWM, and we're going to pay for you to go. And then you can get your mortgage license. It'll be super fast. Obviously, you can get your mortgage license on your own, but this whole taking months and months and months, it took me, I think, 3 weeks to get my license, or, to finish my coursework, pass my test, submit that. Then in California, it takes months to get your license, but other states are faster. It's just for people to take months and months and months, I think it's just a quick indication of how serious you may not take this business. So once people join, I do have some step-by-step videos on things you can do. I have 2 videos on what you should do to reach out to agents. Now, I think that can be a Monday, Thursday, Friday type of activities, or part of Friday. And there's reasons why. You can watch that in the videos. But I think, what do you do Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the rest of Friday? So Tuesday, Wednesday is what I want to talk about in this. So for anyone who's looking to generate their own leads, their own business, you don't want to have to do, you don't want to always have to be reaching out to real estate agents, or maybe you don't want to even reach out to real estate agents. What do you do? This is where you could be calling all businesses and just cold calling them for business loans. But I think one of the biggest ones is finding content to create and post on social media or whatever platform you want to use. So I think YouTube's great, but then it's easy to share that YouTube video onto LinkedIn. Share it with me, because I can add it to your landing page on our website. I can create a blog post about it that has your video front and center. And so that way it boosts your particular SEO, and people will find you, and they are likely to find you. So what are these videos about? They can be about refinancing. They can be about home equity lines of credit, The big ones are going to be the land listings. So land listings and HUD owned homes. So FHA owned homes, essentially, which they're called HUD owned homes. You can look that up in whatever state you're licensed in and go video by video. Now, UWM does not offer this specific loan, but this is a way for you to generate business, because a lot of people reach out because of these types of loans. So with a HUD owned home, it's just $100 down payment. I'm pretty sure anyone who's watching this for compliance stuff, like I don't really remember exactly what the details are for the loan. It's something like, if you qualify for FHA, you basically assume that loan, so to speak, but it's $100 down. You don't really assume the loan, so let's be clear. But it's $100 down payment. So you can advertise this, like, hey, this home, and show the picture of the home, right? Record a video just like this. You can even send me the raw video and I'll edit it for you. You leave a little gap above your head or a gap down here, and you put the picture of the home right here or above your head. And a picture of the home is going to, and the same thing with land, you can then talk about, hey, did you know that you can, for $100 down, you can buy this home? This is called a HUD-owned REO. You know, we have several lenders that do offer this, but really it's going to start that conversation with them so that you can say, hey, if you don't want this particular home, or you don't want to have to bid and get in a bidding war, did you know that your down payment only has to be this for this home? And you can make those types of videos too. So if you are looking for more ways and more reasons to reach out to agents, you can call the agents who have had listings on the market for a while and say, hey, I'm looking for like-minded agents to work with. I'm wanting to make it a reciprocal relationship. I saw that you've got this listing at 123 Main Street. It's been on the market for a little bit. Is it okay if I advertise it on my own platform? I'm just going to create some videos about different loan programs that would fit that listing. Hopefully I can bring in some buyers for you. People are going to say yes to it, and they're going to be eager to work with you. And then you can add them to Lendered, where we continue to market to them through email drip campaigns. But what you're going to do is you're going to take their listing, and you're not really going to talk about payment, but you're going to just talk about, hey, if you're a first-time home buyer, did you know that you could go conventional and 3% down would be this much to buy this house? You could do FHA, 3.5% down is this much to buy this house. If you're interested in down payment assistance programs, I can always look into that option as well. But there are lots of options for this house. That's all I would do in the video. Nothing super crazy. There are lots of agents. My agents in our brokerage, we have 2 of them who don't use our in-house lenders because they're getting a lot of referrals from other loan officers. And I told them, you know, I'm trying to pay our bills and keep our lights on. So as long as you're getting business from these loan officers, that's totally fine to work with them. But you know what those loan officers are doing? Because I'm obviously following them. They're just posting videos like this. They're just going on, and one of them is on Instagram called like the Mortgage Cowgirl or something. Maybe she'll watch this video. They're not amazing videos, but she does it, right? People see you and they realize that you are a real person. That's the key. Is if you're like, there's nothing about me that is attractive to someone. Yes, there is something about you that will attract certain people, that just, they see you, and for whatever reason, they like you and your personality and who you are, right? You never know what happens in people's lives and when they're going to find that content. Instagram's great. TikTok's great for that. I think YouTube and sharing it on LinkedIn, you have a little bit more control of who you're targeting. So whatever platform you want to use it. I say, why not post the same video to every single platform? The one-time closed new construction loan is great for every agent who has those land listings. Hey, I have this program called a one-time closed new construction. I don't know. Have you heard of it? I don't want to explain it if you haven't. No, I haven't. Okay. Normally, when people are buying land, they have to get a land loan. That usually is going to require 40 to 50% down just on that loan. So not much of a loan. Comes at a pretty high interest rate, and they're making principal and interest payments on that day one. Then they have to go get a construction loan that also requires a certain amount of down payment. Both require closing costs. The construction loan is, it's hard to find. So good luck. But they're going to get a construction loan. Then when it's all done, they're going to refinance it into a regular mortgage. And there's a whole nother set of closing costs. So we have a loan called a one-time close new construction. It finances the land acquisition. If they already own the land, that's totally fine as well. But it finances the land acquisition and the construction. They're making interest-only payments, unless if they're a veteran, then they make no payments until the house is complete. Then it automatically converts into a traditional mortgage, one set of closing costs. I tell that to the someone who has a land listing, and I say, but hey, I really want to market your listing. Is it okay if I put together some marketing? I'd love to go to the property and make a couple of videos. I would seriously go to the property, because most have one picture of the land, and that's why they're not selling it. And I would just drive out there if you can. If we're not licensed in, if you're licensed in a state that you don't live in, then just take a picture of the property and once again, put it below you or put it above you. Hey, I'm at this land listing. Did you know you can get a one-time close new construction loan where you can buy this property and build your own house? You have total control of the process. You just get a contractor, get them approved through a third-party company, and blah, 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 blah. You can then make that video and reach out to, because in pretty much every state, licensed contractors to build homes, their contact information is public information. So you can go through any local builder in that area and say, hey, I'm trying to help market this land for sale. Do you mind putting together a couple quotes for different square footage for homes? I'd love to refer you clients if anyone contacts me. Do you build houses? That is another lead. So from one piece of land, I now have an agent that I'm showing, and I'm going above and beyond to help market that land listing and letting them know later down the road, by the way, I do all kinds of other mortgages. Like, here's my process, but that's going to be through email drip campaigns. I'm going to send them the video. I want them to share it on their social media. I'm going to add them on social media. Now I can call them and say, hey, what other clients do you work with? Do you normally just do land listings? That is such an easy way to tap into that person. But now I also have builders. What's great with builders? Well, if they say, oh, I usually just do refinances. Okay. Or I just refinances. I usually just do home renovations. Hey, do you ever have a client who's needing lending in order to pay for the renovation? I do home equity lines of credit and small cash out refinances, but basically I do loans to help them with their home renovation. It'll be an easy way for you to sell higher ticket projects to those people. Boom, there's another lead source. Maybe the person says, oh, I would always ask the builders, what kind of construction do you do? Do you always build? Do you build for clients? Do you build for yourself and sell? Do you do fix and flips? Most contractors are not going to work with flippers, just to be crystal clear, but some might. And so I can offer financing if they want to flip houses. I can offer financing if they want to use the one-time close new construction and rent out the property. Like, there's multiple opportunities from looking at one listing and trying to advertise it. You create that video, you put it out there, and then you send it to the agent. Here's a shareable video. I'd love to tag you in it. Now you're tapping into two different networks of people. So I hope this is helpful. That's how you can create a lot of this content on your own. That's how a lot of people are doing it. Refinances are an easy way to create some videos as well. And yeah, so I really hope that this is helpful and that it gives people some creative ideas on, okay, I don't want to just call agents and reach out to them. I want some other options. This is how you're going to do it. Now, let's say you get a client who's interested in the one-time close new construction and you convince them just to buy a regular house. That's fine. Now you have a client that you can give to another agent that you want to work with, whether it's that land listing agent or some other agent. You now can then have another approach. Hey, I'm looking for good agents to work with. And this is why you want to spend some time in your week reaching out to agents, because you can build that pipeline of agents that hey, this person at least answered my call. They said they'd want to work with me. I talked to them about list reports. They're posting. They haven't sent me any clients, but that's okay. I'm going to lock them in by sending them this client. Or same thing with the land listing. Thing is, when you get your first client and you don't have any agents in the area that you have kind of built a relationship with, it makes it a little bit more difficult to to reach out to cold agents. And because like I had an agent where, we got our Tennessee license, I posted about it, I immediately got a client. I went through Zillow, found a couple agents, reached out to them, found a guy that I felt like it would be good to work with, put him in a group text with the client. He immediately says, "Oh, this house is already has 20 offers. Sorry." I'm like, bro, just show the house to the guy, build the relationship. You just lost him. Because the guy said, "Oh, I don't want to get in that big of a bidding war." And he said, I'm like, "Don't say it." And I was trying to get to my phone to call him. And he's like, "Oh, well, in our area, it's going to be that way." I'm like, dude, you lost him. It's not going to be that way. And so I would definitely spend Mondays reaching. Like I said, there's 2 other videos on our Purpose Home Lending playlist on my YouTube channel at the Cameron Ripley. I would go on and watch those on how to reach out to agents. A lot of it has to do with your tonality, and then from there you're going to go through and do this other stuff because you're going to get clients from it. And you're going to want a good pipeline of agents to refer those clients to. So I hope this was helpful. The other thing I was going to talk about in our meeting is we are going to be planning our next trip to UWM on July 2nd. And this trip to UWM, we're going to be doing the 1 day. So if you come to Realtor, so if you come in to grow your business, success track, you're going to click all courses. And then you're going to come down here to building partnerships, 1 day real estate agent and builder training. So if you, once again, the land listings, you can call any builders and talk to them about coming out. I would do June. You can always do June if you want. I'm going to be gone 2 weeks out of May, and it's a lot of time away from my family, and I love my children. So I'm going to be in town all of June. So we're going to do July 2nd. So we fly out the day before. So July 1st, you do the training all throughout July 2nd, and then we fly back July 3rd. So we're home in time for 4th of July. And there's a lot of seats available. So it's just going to be easier. You get 3 spots. So if anyone decides to go and you only get one person to come with you, that's fine. We'll use up the other 2 spots. But this is a great, anyone who's reaching out to agents, anyone who's looking to lock in a relationship, it's awesome. They do a sales huddle in a room of about a little over 1,000 people. A billionaire is going to be coming on stage talking about success principles, a lot to do with the mortgage industry, but that's the start of it. You have a guy who's an NBA athlete who played with Michael Jordan, who's also going to be doing a talk. And then he comes and talks to us specifically in the group. You have agents, real estate agents, and builders and loan officers all over the nation where we are sitting in a round table in an auditorium for our class. And the networking is amazing. Like I went as and you can say the owner of our company went as a very experienced agent. And even he was taking notes at what other agents are doing to generate business. So it's really cool to be able to network with those people. But also, they really sell the agents on why they should work with you, but they sell them on how the process works. So they really explain the mortgage process. They explain why it's good to work with a lender who has good technology. And then they show us what technology we should be leveraging to grow your business as a real estate agent. Every agent we've ever brought, we've only been one time, but all the agents we brought loved it. They said it was absolutely amazing. If you're trying to tap into a real estate team, it's great to call the team leader and be able to say, "Hey, I'd love to work with you and your team. I can help you with your onboarding. Also, we have this event coming on." It's a great opportunity for you to lock in some of your top agents. You can say you're doing a raffle and then pick whoever you want, but we'll just do a fun trip. It's all day, and then we do like a networking happy hour in the evening where they have a ton of food, and we do an open bar. It's pretty brief, but then we just go have fun at a big sports bar after if people want, and we go home the next day. It's a long trip, but it's totally worth it. So we're going to be doing that July 2nd. Please let me know if anyone has any questions, and if you are planning on going, you will need the person's birth date any dietary restrictions, and the city they are traveling out of. And you'll want to come in here, click it, click register. Yeah, whatever, it logged me out. And you'll click myself and others and put in all of your information to do that. But please let me know if you're going to do it. And yeah, I'm excited to see you all there.